What initially sparked your interest in technology, and how did your early experiences shape your career path within the industry?
I can actually remember the specific moment. I have an older sister, and her boyfriend came over and brought, I'm going to really date myself here, a TRS-80 Model 3, and it was love at first sight. The moment I saw it, I knew computers were in my future and technology was in my future. In terms of how it shaped my career, it's interesting because the first computer that I bought with my own money was a TI 99/4A, and they came out with a speech synthesizer for it. So I immediately started writing these sort of conversational applications where the computer could talk back to you. And I was a little frustrated because when my friends saw it, the first thing they wanted to do was use it to make prank phone calls. So clearly their vision was not quite in alignment with mine. But again, the fact that I immediately became enamored with technology and computers in particular, and was always interested in bridging that gap between human and computer has largely shaped my career.
Thank you. Okay. Do you personally have a favorite book, or can you share a book that you think everyone should read?
To me, books are like scotch. It depends on your taste. When someone asks me what's my favorite scotch, it's well, like what region? What else do you like to drink? And I think books are the same way. I certainly have some favorites. One of the earliest books that I read was the Isaac Asimov Foundation series, which they've made a drama out of on Apple TV. But I really like books like the Arthur Guinness biography. It's really interesting because he was one of the earliest people to try and set up a socially responsible corporation with healthcare and education that in some cases we're only now coming back to. Another great one is Richard Feynman. He worked on the atomic bomb and he's one of these really quirky genius characters. It was a lot of fun for me to watch Oppenheimer because a lot of the physicists that worked on that were like my childhood heroes. To see them on the screen is something I certainly never expected growing up. There's a number of books. A friend of mine has a young daughter, and I realized my favorite children's book is something called Zen Shorts. And if anybody listening to this has children, they're reading bedtime stories, it's absolutely one of my favorites.
Okay. Next question here. If you could invoke one rule on our planet, what would it be and why?
It would be the camping rule, which is always leave things the same or better than how you found them. I think if people did that in the relationships, did that with the environment, did that with other countries, I think if that one rule were followed religiously, it probably would make a big difference.
I love that. Fantastic. Okay. Last question. Can you share a piece of advice that's been a guiding light throughout your career?
I have a lot of sayings that I like, and these are going to sound a little strange, but there's a couple that have rung true throughout my career over and over. I don't know about guiding, but certainly they're ones that have become a theme. The first is you can't teach a pig to sing. It wastes your time and it annoys the pig. I've found so many times, particularly in business, a customer is not really ready for something. And the more you try and educate them and push them on it, the more it wastes your time and it annoys them. And sometimes you have to step back and wait till people are ready and not try and push what's best for them, even if you truly believe that it's what's best for them. The other is a saying that I think I may have come up with because I've never seen it referenced anywhere else. And that's a shortcut is the longest distance between 2 points. I found throughout my life that anytime I tried to do something quickly or take a shortcut, it inevitably ended up taking longer and being more effort. There is a saying that is more commonly known that says that there's never enough time to do it right, but there's always time to do it over, which is kind of the same theme. I found in life, you give your all what you do, you focus, you do your best, you try not to take shortcuts and cut corners. You don't let the best be the enemy of the good, but you also try not to again take shortcuts and cut corners because that always comes back.